Hey there, welcome back. Waiting for some customers to show up this morning, and occurred to me I've always wanted to show people what I run for shop air supply, and I've got this older Ingersoll Rand two-stage compressor that served me well. But more importantly, and what I want to show you, is how I run my shop air. It's a pretty cool deal, and it is the cheapest route to safely run shop air in a situation like what I have here, like a 3,000 square foot shop and a centrally located compressor. So what I've done is I've run this 3/4 PEX tubing out of my compressor, and I've just adapted it out of the compressor and run it up over the ceiling. So I drop it down in several places, one right in the center of the shop, one on the far side, and then I have a line going to the front between the two bays where I have my hoist. So here, one of the things that happens is the airlocks on this lift are supplied from this center post. And basically I'm running this 3/4 PEX and bringing it down into cast iron pipe. Now this is galvanized, and it's really not the right way to do it. You should be using just black steel pipe. The galvanized coating tends to flake off inside, so it's not recommended for gas. It's not recommended for compressed air either. That can flake off inside and end up in your air tool. But that's what I had, so I ran that, and I'm running several outlets there where I can plug in, and then at the base of every terminus I have a valve where I can drain off water. So that's pretty cool. And up here I brought it down in the front of the shop, and I just have a manifold where a couple air hoses attach, and that allows me to service the front of these hoists. And again, I'm bringing it down over here to supply air to the airlocks on this drive-on rotary rack. And it's a pretty cool deal. So a couple things to note: you do not want to use PCV piping. PCV piping is very rigid, and if that were to explode under the working pressure of a air system, then you'd have shrapnel, little pieces of sharp plastic flying around. If PEX did happen to rupture, then worst case scenario, the pipe would just split down the middle and let the air out. And I don't think it'd be a catastrophic or explosive event. So I think you're safe there. Now I've run this here for at least 7 or 8 years without incident. It holds up perfectly well. What I did do, and I'll just show you here, uses compression rings. So and there's an adapter here that I slip the 3/4 PEX over with the compression ring, and then there's a tool that you use to crimp that ring, and a go no-go measuring tool that makes sure you got it crimped tight enough. But I also put a little bit of seal-all on the adapter here before I slip the pipe on, and just to seal it up, since this is made for water, air is a little smaller molecules that could seep out of there. So for just added security, I put a little seal-all on there. You probably don't have to do that, but as far as cost goes, I looked at copper piping, I looked at just the black iron pipe, and just trying to think of other options. But oh yeah, I just looked at regular hose in bulk for running it. And this was definitely by far the most cost-effective way to run my air. And like I said, it's worked well. So another note is by using a bunch of 3/4 inch hex versus 1/2 inch, which is acceptable, but you'll expand your compressed air. It's like adding an additional tank of compressed air supply. So what you'll find is your air tools will work better, and you'll just have all that much more compressed air for delivery. There won't be a supply issue as much as when you have 1/2 inch. Like I said, it's like adding a whole nother air tank, more than likely. I didn't do the math on it, but it helps. It's a noticeable difference. So anyway, that's the Car Doctor air system. These Ingersoll T30 compressors, I've heard good and bad, but this baby has served me well for the last 15 years, and it's seen hard use. And I just changed the oil in it with the T30 synthetic lube. But it's a real nice rig. And I run some pretty decent pressures. I didn't realize I was running that high pressure. I'm like at 180 working pressure there. And you could see that automatic valve, the drain valve that is a feature of this compressor that drains off the condensation off the bottom of the tank. Pretty cool feature. Helps keep the water out. I don't have any dryers, I don't have any filters, and I mostly run the Ingersoll air tools, and seem to last pretty long. But well, there you have it. I'm hoping to fill a few bays today and maybe make a couple videos. But now you know what we do for air supply. Love is like air supply. You get too much, you're gonna die or get high, or not enough, well, something like that. All right, take care, guys.